All right, Alec, welcome to the month of September. We've reached this month.
My birthday month. It's crazy.
Oh, well, we're here to talk about my birthday
Yeah.
month, August
Yeah.
2020.
See how it went for you.
See, this is a series we do where we talk about our favorite things in the past month. It could be anything, generally entertainment oriented in some
Mm.
way films, television, games, music, and whatnot. So we each have three things that are our favorites from the month, and then we share them. We haven't done one since February, so it's
Yeah,
been
it's
a while.
crazy to think about. Yeah, but we're not gonna cover all that stuff. We'll do the just a month.
We're
So.
gonna cover. We're gonna do. We're gonna go back and do all the months we missed. Each one's gonna get another
We
video.
kind of did. We kind of did that in our return to
I don't
video.
think we did. I don't remember talking about anything I
We,
watched
we
or
did. I mean, I
enjoyed.
did. I talked about some of it. Just briefly, like more in passing than in depth or anything like
That's
that.
crazy.
But
I must not have been there. All
probably
right.
not.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to talk too much about it. I didn't have much. Like I didn't. I was struggling to think of three things honestly to
Mm.
highlight. I've just been working a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I feeling on that one.
So I
Actually,
haven't
surprised I had three too, but
haven't had time to indulge in my hobbies like I'd like to. But I mean, like
as much.
literally, The Devil's Advocate was like the one movie I watched this month. I think.
And that was but didn't you watch? But you watched it in September,
Oh well,
right? Yeah,
yes. I didn't watch any movies.
yeah.
And
Wow.
all right. So I wanted to talk. I want to just highlight Hamilton, the soundtrack, because
Okay.
because I don't have the physical thing. I do have this calendar here though, which I
Nice.
got for my birthday. Uh, because I mean, we reviewed it like the end of July or mid
Hmm.
July, and so I was just listening to it nonstop after that.
The
It's
man
really
is
great,
nonstop.
nonstop. Yes.
Do 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 do
I
do
also got
do 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 do.
this freaking book, thick ass book about Hamilton himself.
I have that behind me here
Yeah.
somewhere. I think it's
But
right there. No,
yeah, I started
it's
collecting
somewhere.
like physical CDs and stuff when I used to just do all digital. But I bought the Hamilton one on digital because I just wanted to watch it, listen to it immediately after
Mm.
we watched it. It's just so good, and you can
It
see.
is.
The more and more you listen to it, the more you appreciate from it. And at this point, I feel like I have to take a little bit of a break from it because I've been listening to it too much. A
Oversaturation.
little oversaturation. Now I hate the film, so it's maybe a bit too much, too much of it. You ever just listen to something for hours and hours and then you just hate it forever? That's crazy.
I'm not like hating it, but yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Like I'll listen to something so much that I kind of get like, I need to
Like
freshen
it
up.
was a
Get
10 out
some.
of 10. Now it's a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, just no, you can't listen to it anymore.
I don't even
Yeah,
want
no, I know
to
what
hear people talking about Hamilton around me.
you're saying.
God, can you shut up about that movie? Okay. All right, but I mean, we did a review on it. It's great. We should do like another Hamilton video at some point, like freaking rank
Like
the
just gushing
songs,
about it, ranking songs. Yeah, I'd be down for that.
something
Honestly,
like that.
I
I
liked
mean,
it.
that's a long ranking. I don't know how that works with two people. That would be like a 5 hour
Maybe
thing.
it might have to be a top 10. Maybe.
Top 10, and we each bring
I mean,
five.
that'd be that'd be so hard. Well, we might have.
We'd
It'd
have a
be
lot of
interesting if we did
overlap.
that. It'd be interesting if we did that and we didn't have overlap. That would be
There's
fascinating.
no way.
Yeah, there's
Because
probably
I know
no
your
way.
favorite song is in my top five, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But
And I'm your favorites in my top five too. So,
and then it's like
um,
here are our top 10 Hamilton songs, and then it's like four, and just like
yeah,
five.
four.
Wait, how did I get to four? You have five total. All right, we could do something now, because like that's something we'll never be able to talk about again. You know, it's not like you're gonna have sequels and whatnot
Hmm.
unless we come up with some way to talk about it.
Unless they do an actual film version of the and I'm not talking about like the Disney Plus version, which was the
Right.
live recording. Like if they actually did like a production, like a film
I don't
version
think
of
they
it.
will. I think didn't Lin-Manuel
I
Miranda say he doesn't want to do that anymore anyway?
I don't know if he said that. Maybe he did.
Thought I
I
read
don't
that.
know. maybe he did. I didn't read anything about that, but I feel like give it time. It's not going to be right away. But I feel like it'll probably happen someday.
And we're gonna talk about how we're gonna come back and be like it's a 5 or 6 out of 10 because you really just did an injustice to the whole thing. It'll be a great
Well,
fun time.
I mean that is the problem with some of them, like Cats or Les Miserables, and everybody's very divided on Les Miserables, but
Hmm.
ooh, I have thoughts about that film version. Let me tell you.
All right, what's one of your favorite things from the month of August?
One of my favorite things was Summer Games Done Quick 2020.
Oh,
So, for those of you who don't know, there's an organization called Games Done Quick that hosts speedrunning marathons twice a year. They actually do it more than twice a year. Sometimes they have like little smaller events. They actually did one earlier in the summer or the spring for COVID relief. Um, but every year, twice a year, they have their big week-long ones. It's 24/7, just live streaming for charity speedrunning video games for and they'll do like 70, 80 games usually. And yeah, it'll last that length of time. So this year was a little different because of the Summer Games Done Quick because of COVID obviously being a thing. They weren't able to. Normally, what they do is they basically rent out a hotel, like a conference room, and then they're able to like run games, and they do it all live. They have audiences that are able to be there. Obviously, with that being the case, you can't have tons of people around, so it had to be done live streamed from like different people had to be streaming it like via like Zoom or Skype or whatever. So it was a little different. It was a little janky. They definitely ran into some technical difficulties at certain points during the runs, which was too bad. There was definitely some like latency issues with some of the people who were on the Zoom calls or the Discord calls or whatever exactly they were using. I think a lot of times they were using Discord. But overall, it was very exciting. I don't remember how much exactly they raised. It was kind of wild. The last day of the marathon, they raised like I think $1.5 million in the one day, where they had raised I think maybe 800,000 for like the whole rest of the week before then. So Saturday was just insane, like how much money they raised. But yeah, all the money went to Médecins Sans Frontières, which Doctors Without Borders, which is one of the organizations that they typically support in the summer marathon. So yeah, it was a really, really good time. There was a lot of really cool runs, stuff showcased. There was an Ocarina of Time randomizer run that was really fun. It was like a team randomizer. So it was like two people were playing the same seed at the same time, and they were both doing different things to basically like say, hey, this is in this area, and this other person's like, yeah, this isn't in this area, so don't go here. And they were just sort of like informed each other, and they both had to finish the run in order for their time to count. So so overall, that was really exciting. I really enjoyed that run. There were some other runs here and there that were really, really cool too. Mario Odyssey is always a really fun speed run. There was Super Metroid is always really enjoyable. They typically end the marathon with a Super Metroid run, at least traditionally. Though this time they actually ended it with a run of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think it was Pokemon Shield specifically. Was the last game of the run, which was really interesting. Because I think it's the first Pokemon game they've ever ended a marathon with. So that was kind of exciting, especially because that's kind of a controversial game in the community. So, but no, it was great. They raised a lot of money. It was very enjoyable, and every time I came home from work, I threw it on, and it was always really really fun to watch. So yeah, that was a big highlight of my month for sure. And I got one of my housemates into it too. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
See, that's cool. I've watched some speedruns here or there, but I've never really gotten fully into it.
Mm-hmm.
You just do you watch just games that you enjoy, or do you watch games that you never played and stuff too? It's like,
Yeah, some games I'll watch where I've never played. Like I watched there was a Rayman Legends speedrun. I think it was Rayman Legends. And I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. That game looks really enjoyable. I haven't played either of those. I haven't played Origins or Legends. And I
they're
really
both
want to
pretty
play those
great.
games at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah, I mean, I will watch if it's a game that like I really really want to play, and that I don't want spoiled. Usually I'll skip it. I'll skip those runs, but for the most part, if it's I'll watch a game that I haven't played, just to see how it's speed run. And speedruns all have different categories and stuff like that too. So it's always interesting to see like which category of it are they running? Is it like any percent or 100% or any other strange category? Like the Breath of the Wild speedrun this time was an all dogs percent speedrun, which this is something I did not know about Breath of the Wild. There's like 12 dogs in different outposts in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and if you feed them enough apples, they will go find a treasure chest hidden on the map that's like nearby. I had no idea that was I had no idea about that. I played over 100 hours of that game. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that kind of became a popular speedrun because it's like it's cute, it's fun, and you get to use all the crazy like traversal tricks that people have used in that game, which are all really cool. So
Yeah.
that was another really fun, another highlight for me anyway. So
All right, that's cool.
yeah.
So next one I want to talk about is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, so this is my game that I'm pretty much there's never a time where I'm not playing it. It's like if I'm not playing any games, I'm still playing this just whenever I have time because I can pick it up quick and play it. I have almost 600 hours on it now, so
Wow.
it's like that's just competitively. It's one of the only games I really like. Like I'll play it with competitive rules and stuff, and I'm semi decent at it. And recently Captain Falcon got some buffs in a recent patch, and he's like my favorite character to play. So now I've been playing more, able to do.
You were really good with him back when I was playing with you.
Well, thank you. You. I'm like, I feel like I'm much better now. Like
Oh boy!
and he was,
there's no chance I can win now.
in terms of like a competitive, like the top level, he was like a mid-tier character, like not really viable at the top level at all. But now he's like probably a high-tier character because they really improved some of his moves a lot. So it's
Show
cool.
your moves.
It's cool to play because I would play Captain Falcon and Donkey Kong were my characters, which were both not viable characters. But it's cool to have one that's viable now. So now it's like if I'm losing, it's just my fault. So there's nothing else to blame. Just gotta get better. But
Get good.
But I've been playing online, and I play with my one friend who plays it a lot, even more than I do. So he's better than I am, but he's my competition right now. So
Cool.
I also played some with Cole.
Really?
My good friend Cole.
Did you get on a Zoom call or something with him, or?
He called me on Snapchat. He video called me.
Just out of the blue?
Just every now and then. Now we've been playing like here or there whenever we have time. Previously, he literally stopped playing the game because of me. He
I was playing that night. He just like straight up just quit.
And he says he never played it since then. He just stopped because he was frustrated with. I was playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah, you were really good at the game.
But now he's like, I guess he's feeling a little inspired to do better. He's gotten better, but just like still Not you can't really compete right now. He's just got to get better with his recoveries and stuff. Because it's like there's only so much I can like help with too. It's really just have to get a feel for it, you know.
And some of his practice too.
Yeah, there's like the subtleties and stuff that are really hard to teach. You know, you just have to know your like the characters inside and out. In order to know all these matchups with like 80 characters, you have to really play a lot too to know what works and what doesn't. But yeah, I like playing that in any capacity. Like I'm never tired of that game. Competitively with items on, it doesn't matter. It's still fun. So that's like if I want to listen to something, a lot of times I feel bad playing games like for the first time when I'm listening to a podcast or something like that. But this is one I don't need to worry about.
You can easily throw a podcast on. Yeah.
So I'll do that a lot if I don't have time to fully invest into something else.
I feel like I should do that with Overwatch. I should throw something else on. I haven't played it in a while, but
because I feel bad like with especially games you're playing for the first time or that have some sort of story element.
Yeah, I can't do that. I just straight up can't
give
do that,
full attention. I feel like I need to give full attention to it, you know, and like even just hear the music. But yeah. So what about you? What's your second?
My second is rekindling an old love for Code Geass.
Code Geass. Don't spoil it. I still haven't finished it.
Never would spoil it. This is one of my favorite anime of all time. And starting to rewatch it again, I'm basically like, it's like saying hello to an old friend that you hadn't seen in a long time. This is my fourth time watching this show. First time I watched it, I was in high school. I don't know if it was during my gap year or I think it was during my gap year. Second time I watched it with my freshman roommates. Third time I watched it was with two friends of mine that are still friends to this day. And then this is fourth time I'm watching through this show. And I'm showing one of my housemates it. It's a great show. As I've described to other people, my original introduction to anime was Naruto, which is why Naruto is always very, very special place for me in my heart. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood showed me what the capacity for story in like the type of stories that anime can tell. My appreciation of that. Code Geass gave me that appreciation again, as well as basically everything else anime can offer. Political intrigue, mechs, gorgeous women. You get a lot of cake in Code Geass. Like crazy mind games, over the top everything. Wild, unusual character designs. The show kind of has pretty much everything going for it, and the fact that I've seen as many shows as I have, and I still come back to Code Geass, and I'm always get something new out of it, or at least I'm always continually still impressed with it. All these years later, so I gotta give it up. I've been really enjoying going back through it again. We're about halfway through the first season, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun rewatching that. So gotta get it up to that. I'd love to. Yeah. So you said you had been watching it. How much of it did you?
I've been sitting on it for like a year now. Where
how far did you get?
I haven't got back to it. Where like I watched a season and some odd episodes into season 2. But I mean, I was enjoying it, but
yeah,
there was a lot of series that I dropped. I have to get back to. So like
start
that
from the
one,
beginning.
that one,
You'll be confused if you don't.
Attack on Titan, I need to get back to too.
Yeah, I've still only seen the first season of Attack on Titan. I have the second season. I just haven't watched it yet.
One Punch Man, I've only watched the first season.
First episode.
Okay, yeah. So there's a bunch.
From what I've heard, One Punch Man season 2 is pretty shit. But
really,
yeah. Well, it's because they changed animation studios.
Hmm.
So they weren't able to. So Mappa, I think, did the first one, and then I don't remember who did the. I don't remember who was in charge of the second one. But it was a. You can tell there's a decline in the quality of the animation. It's more cheaply made.
Interesting.
Which is. It's probably one of the more disappointing. I think, from what I've understand, the story's still fine. It's just because the animation quality is a lot lesser. The moments that should be as hype and as epic as were in the first season, kind of fall flat. But
well, joke's on you. I like bad animation. Got 'em.
Okay.
I hated.
Yeah, wow.
I hated how the animation was so good in the first season. I was like, can you please get it like a cheaper studio?
Make it look worse. Make it look much worse.
Come on. All right. So my last thing I want to talk about is the freaking sensation that is Dua Lipa. You know this? You know this singer?
No, I've heard the name.
I'm in love. I'm in love. Okay.
You stand Dua Lipa.
Stand.
You're simping for Dua Lipa.
I stand. I'll do whatever I can.
Hey, nice rhyme. That was awesome. That was great.
So, Dua Lipa. See, I don't know where I first heard the song. Probably just on the radio. I heard one of the songs, and that's how you know it's true love. I didn't know what she looked like before I listened.
Okay. You just fell in love with her voice.
I fell in love with her voice. You know, and I thought we could have fun. We could have good conversations. You know, that kind of thing. No.
She doesn't even know you exist.
I like to think she does. When she's singing to me. All right.
I'm sure. Yeah.
No, but if you're a fan of pop, this is like the quintessential pop, right? It's the best that pop can give you. It's the best.
Okay.
This album right here, Future Nostalgia, is what it's called. It's really cool.
Future Imperfect.
It's really cool. Really stylized. I've never it's very pop, but at the same time I haven't heard much that's like it. It's like a really unique style. And though I wish, because I started collecting the physical thing, this is the cheap paper thing. You know, those freaking booklets aren't. I want a jewel case. Give me a jewel case.
Give the man
Look
a jewel
at this.
case.
Look at this one. It's shiny. It's so much nicer.
So they're just like digipacks then.
This is their first album.
In a digipack? Or is that a jewel
what's
case?
a digipack? It's a jewel case, but it's in a.
Oh, that's a jewel case? Okay.
In a shiny box.
Yeah. Okay. That's shiny.
This is the first album, which has a ton of stuff on it.
A digipack is like. Here, let me look at mine. Oh no, never mind. It's like my music is not easily accessible. Actually.
It's got a lot of songs on it, and it's good, but I don't think it's nearly as good as this one, which is their 2021. But it's like, you look at these, which one are you gonna pick? You're gonna pick the shiny one.
I think that one's whatever
What
I
the
just
fuck
said.
is a digipack? It's a freaking booklet. Is that what a digipack is?
Yeah.
It's just a paper, like a piece of cardboard.
Well, maybe not quite. Digipack, in what I've always gotten out of it is it has the thing you put it, has like the plastic thing, but it still folds shut. Like with the paper. So it's mostly paper, but it does have that plastic built into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I have a CD
and then
like
there's,
that. But...
There's some of them that fold out too, like a trifold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like the lame one. This is the lame one that doesn't. It's just picture, and then
that's like
we put your disc in here.
Yeah, that's like the Wall-E soundtrack. I remember they I don't know why I brought that into it,
It's
but
a bummer because it's gonna get damaged, if you don't always have it sitting there.
Sliding it in and out like that.
Yeah. And,
anyway, let's get off of that.
But she's great,
okay.
right? She's
Yeah.
great. I know you're a fan of Blackpink, right?
Oh, huge.
She did a song with Blackpink, so
I saw that, and that's probably so. I should probably listen to her music.
that's the best reason enough. I think it's really good though.
I like Red Velvet a lot too.
Sure. I love freaking Chartreuse. I don't know what else to say. There's not much else to say. She is beautiful though, and it's just a bonus. It's just a bonus. These songs just make me happy. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
It's like
It's
euphoria.
good to listen to music that makes you happy.
Euphoria. That's all I really wanted in life. That's what I've always been looking for. happiness, and she's
Well,
giving it to me,
Well, that's just great.
and she's freaking. All right. Go watch her music video for electricity.
Okay.
That's a hot video. No, that's a hot video.
Okay.
And she got a Grammy for that one. So.
That's probably where I heard, because it's like, Dua Lipa, Grammy.
Dua Lipa. Well, Dua Lipa has new rules. You probably heard, because it was a really mainstream one. I got new rules, I count them. No.
I don't know, if I heard it, I'd probably be like, oh, sure, I've probably heard this in passing or whatever.
But I mean, that's not even one of her best. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta check out her best. You
gotta check out her Future Nostalgia album. The whole album's worth listening to.
Future Nostalgia.
Yeah, she's my favorite thing of the year.
Is she talking about Doug Walker?
Who?
The Nostalgia Critic.
Oh, that's very funny.
I know. I'm hysterical.
Okay. What's your last thing? It better be freaking just as hot, just as fucking happy and fun and sexy.
It's Doug Walker and the Nostalgia Critic. No, gross. He's horrible.
He's a pedophile or something?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't think so.
Why is he horrible? Why is he gross? What did he do?
I just don't like him. Oh. He's a talentless hack.
Oh, wow. I thought he was a pioneer of the internet.
No, he's a talentless hack.
Wow.
But no, my last thing is Dungeons and Dragons. My group has returned to the very first campaign that we started back over a year ago now. Well over a year ago. We may have started like 2 years ago now. Maybe come October it would be about 2 years. So. Which is crazy to think about. But we went back to Cursive Strahd, which is the campaign setting that we were first starting in. And one of our players who kind of got busy, real life got in the way, so he hadn't kind of spurred us on to do other campaigns and stuff like that when he couldn't join us. But we kind of encouraged him to come back. He came back and to play the character he was playing in that campaign, and it has been really great to have him back. We have another extra player also that we didn't have before, so shout outs to my friend Chris, because he came back and he's playing his character again, which has been a lot of fun. We've all grown as Dungeons and Dragons players, so it's because while real life got in the way, he does have another group that he plays with on Saturdays. So, well, I mean, you gotta have your real life commitments, and a lot of times, particularly from what I understand, he plays basically 10 hours of Dungeons and Dragons on Sundays, which is exhausting. So I can understand if he won't necessarily stick around for. Basically, after we're done this, he probably won't stick around for forever, which is fine. Totally understand that, but
F that guy.
But it's been great to have him back, have him and gelling again with the group, and we've all been having just a great time coming back to these characters that we started our D&D. Most of us anyway started our D&D careers, or campaigns, our D&D lives with. We started with this campaign, so it's been a lot of fun going back to this. So yeah, that's been great. It's one of my favorite things that happened this past month.
That's pretty hot.
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. Can I come over?
I mean, you'll have to see how you mesh with the group, but yeah, you're free on Saturdays.
You have to be vetted and you have to be voted on.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Do you guys have you ever just like thrown someone out because they're like, this guy sucks?
No, not yet.
It'll get there someday. Be
Maybe.
a big piece of drama. Dungeons and Dragons. You should make a character that looks like Dua Lipa.
I mean, I have plenty of character ideas,
sexy,
so maybe
hot singer characters.
No, but that's a good idea. That's not a terrible idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. I'd like that.
I like that a lot. All right.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, so that's it. That's
Yeah,
it for August.
That's it.
I'm gonna bring up Dua Lipa every month, though. That's your
Okay,
warning.
sure.
She'll be one of my favorites every
She's
month.
you're just gonna cop out and use the same thing 3 months in a row.
As long as I'm listening to
Lipa.
it, listen to it again and again.
And you get sick of it. Like
I need
you
more
get sick
music.
of-
I need more Dua Lipa music, though. Right?
That's it.
If you got people tuning in now who want to watch more from our channel, what video would you recommend they go check out after this one?
Watch our Stranger Things 3 review. It's related to D&D because Stranger Things 3, it's got a lot of D&D stuff in it,
And
you know.
Stranger Things not that hot, but that's okay. Come on.
No.
All right, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe to our podcast feed on all
look for
podcast
things.
platforms.
Click stuff down below.
All right, go check out Future Nostalgia.